Good morning. It is Sunday, January 23rd, 2024. Welcome to Ben Shatliff on Sunday. In a moment, we'll look at the Bible and see what the Bible is saying to us. We'll have a look at one of the reflections. We'll also have a look at the news stories affecting us here in the UK and around the world. And a special topic this week, I want to talk about some of the television dramas which have been on recently. Most notably, a series called After the Flood. And I'll be telling you some special reasons as to why that programme is meaning something to me. But before that, though, let's open the Bible and see exactly what the Bible is saying to us. Let's go here. Right. Envoys from Babylon, and this is from Isaiah 38:17, and it's chapter number 39. At the time, Mithridates Baladan, the son of Baladan, king of Babylon, sent envoys with letters and a present to Hezekiah, for he heard that he had been sick and had recovered. And Hezekiah welcomed them gladly, and he showed them his treasure house, the silver, the gold, the spices, the precious oil, his whole armory, all that was found in his storehouses. There was nothing in his house or in all his realm that Hezekiah did not show them. Then Isaiah the prophet came to King Hezekiah and said to him, "What did these men say? And from where did they come to you?" Hezekiah said, "They have come to me from a far country, from Babylon." He said, "What have they seen in your house?" Hezekiah answered, "They have seen all that is in my house. There is nothing in my storehouses, and I did not show them." Thus I did not show them. Then Isaiah said to Hezekiah, "Hear the word of the Lord of hosts. Behold, the days are coming, when all that is in your house and that which your fathers have stored up till this day shall be carried to Babylon. Nothing shall be left, says the Lord, and some of your own sons who will come from you, whom you will father, shall be taken away, and they shall be eunuchs in the palace and the king of Babylon." Then Hezekiah said to Isaiah, "The word of the Lord that you have spoken is good." For he thought, "There will be peace and security in my days." There's always something when I read a small part of a chapter or verse from the Bible that always sticks out. Peace and security. But that's what we want in this world today, in Ukraine, the Middle East, and all over our world, where everybody lives together, side by side. Everybody works together to have that justice and peace, and countries don't invade other countries, trying to take them over, causing death and destruction, like what Russia have done to Ukraine. Let's take a look now at the news stories on this Sunday morning. And at the moment, it really is the calm before the storm, because we are fully aware about the fact that not too long, at the moment it's peaceful out there, but not too long, then there is going to be a storm which is going to threaten the United Kingdom and will cause havoc. And the advice that most people are giving, and I'm saying this even before I'm looking at the news stories, and we'll do as we've been doing recently by looking at both ITV News and Sky News, we know that everybody has to be very, very careful and do new houses unless you really, really need to. And that's what's coming up as the top story on ITV News' site there. I don't know if you can actually see it clearly. It might not be shown properly. Storm Isha, UK issued with amber weather warning ahead of 80-mile-per-hour winds. The weather system is set to batter everybody in the UK with wind and rain during a rare weather cycle, forecasters say. They're also saying the Gaza death toll passes 25,000 with no ending sight to Israel-Hamas war. Police are not looking for anyone else over the deaths of 4 family members. Iran vows retaliation after military leaders killed in strike in Syria. A woman who died after falling out of a moving van in Wakefield is named. The Royal Navy missiles used on Houthi drones to be upgraded. Let's have a look now at how Sky are reporting the events. They're saying that the Met Office makes a rare move, issuing amber wind alert for almost the whole of the UK. Totally abhorrent racist abuse towards AC Milan and Coventry City during a football game. The footballer Casey Palmer reports racist abuse. A tributes are paid to a lovely girl who's been found dead along with 3 others. That's on Friday morning. In terms of what's happening in the Middle East, disappointing for Israel to reject 2-state solution, says Grant Shapps. The US election is race of least disliked, says a former ambassador. Jeremy Hunt hints at tax giveaway in the spring budget. And then in the Middle East, the child's drawings found where 20 hostages were held and 15 gunmen were killed in a firefight, Israel says. Nothing at all is coming up here about anything at all about what is happening in Ukraine, but I can state that on Monday our Prime Minister Rishi Sunak did announce about the fact of further aid, further money that was going to be given to Ukraine over the next 12 months. And I'm assuming from that it's going to be from then when the next financial year from the beginning of April. And also the leader of the opposition, Sir Keir Starmer, who could be Prime Minister of the United Kingdom within a matter of months, certainly before the end of the year, if things are being predicted in that way, could be. He has also said about the full-scale support that the Labour Party has for Ukraine as well. So whoever is going to be in government, then the full support from Britain will continue to be for Ukraine, which is, of course, as it should be. The war in Ukraine is still going on. Next Saturday, it will be our 100th rally here in Manchester. Manchester stands with Ukraine. That's 100 Saturdays that we have all gathered together to show support to Ukraine. And we'll continue doing that until this war comes to an end. We want peace, stability, and freedom for the people of Ukraine now and always. Now, last week on Ben Shatliff on Sunday, I had some other viewers that were also tuning in as well. And I mentioned about the fact that I was going to be talking about some of the ITV dramas which have been on recently, in particular after the flood. I'm going to come on to that in just a few moments, but I want to say well done to ITV for the series Mr. Bates versus the Post Office. Now, I'd only seen a small amount of that when the first episode came on New Year's Day. I've watched the entire 4 episodes this week, and they have really highlighted the full scale as to exactly the misjustice that was done with those postmasters and postmistresses. And it's wrong it takes a TV drama to highlight what's actually been going on there. But it's the fact is now is things are being done in some cases too late, but something is going to be done, and let's hope it's done swiftly, so that those people that are involved, if are still struggling now, can actually see the benefits of what is being done. Because, as I say, some people are no longer with us, which is very, very tragic. After the Flood started episode 1 on ITV1 the Wednesday before last. Now, it is also available on ITVX. So certain things I'm going to mention now are not necessarily going to be spoilers. I'm not going to give anything away in relation to the actual storyline. That would not be correct. But I just want to mention some certain connections. Now, when I first heard that After the Flood was going to be coming on, it certainly looked an interesting programme anyway, just the title itself, After the Flood. But it's not a top secret to mention that 4 members of my own family will appear in episode 3, which just happens to be being shown on ITV1 this Wednesday at 9 p.m. That was the first connection. The second connection was that last year, when I used to work near the traffic centre, I saw this film set close to one of the plazas, and I thought, I wonder what this is. And I put some stuff out on Facebook. Different ones to think, oh yes, I've heard of it, but can't actually think about it. And then eventually I realised it was all part of this series called After the Flood. And they show in the programme a street which has been flooded, and the flood has already happened at the start of the programme. So again, I'm not giving anything away. And this street is what was actually used there. And it's amazing how they can put everything together. As if we shouldn't already be amazed with all the different technological stuff that has been around now for many decades, but it is. It's definitely it's very good the way that was put together. The third connection was that some of the filming of the outdoor locations were done in Glossop, which is where I have 2 different sets of relatives that live in Glossop. A fourth connection is that there is an actor who appears in the programme who I had met a few years ago at an event taking place in Prestwich. The fifth connection, the council chamber that is used in the programme, is our very own town hall in Bury. And I've been in the council chamber and also been in that public gallery on quite a few occasions back in the time when I was involved in the world of politics. But away from that, the sixth thing I could say, it is a really good series to watch. It was interesting. I was interested in watching it anyway, but it really is a very, very good series. So if you don't want to watch it on Wednesday evening, I please encourage everyone to watch particularly this Wednesday's edition anyway, but you can watch the whole lot on ITVX and make some really good viewing. So well done to all the people that were involved in filming that series After the Flood. It's good to see some good drama on the television, and both of which, of course, are on ITV, which is of course even better. I know I can show impartiality in certain ways of things, but when it comes to television, ITV is the channel which I have always said has been my favourite channel. I think a while in the mid-80s, I did something like the BBC, but ITV is good. And I remember ITV when it was split into different independent regions. That's why our local news programme was called Granada Reports, for those that aren't already aware. It's because the region was known as Granada. Then later years became ITV Granada. Now it's just ITV or ITV1. And it was always interesting because you could be what used to show in the afternoons different series from Australia. You could watch an episode of a programme in this region, Granada, go over to the Yorkshire region, and they could either be behind or in front in that programme, and go to the south, and they could either be further behind or much ahead. Really, really interesting the way that things used to be done years ago. And I'm pretty sure that's how different regions of different regional television across the world was. But it certainly is very, very interesting. And I've not forgotten that at some stage in the future, I did say I would do a program all about ITV Granada, and I will do that at some stage in the future. Right, that is it for this week on Ben Shatliff on Sunday. Short, but hopefully to the point. Next Sunday, I will be paying tribute to the victims of the Holocaust, as next Saturday marks exactly 79 years since the liberation of Auschwitz, and we'll be remembering the victims of Nazi persecution. Until next week, I'm going to say goodbye, and thank you very, very much indeed for joining me this Sunday. Goodbye for now.
My soul is filled with joy as I sing to God my Savior. You have looked upon your servant, you have visited your people, and holy is your name. Through all generations, everlasting is your mercy to the people.